Good day, everyone. In this video, we will talk about the classical ethical framework part 1. We will start with the principle and application of utilitarianism and deontological ethics.
Utilitarianism is the idea that the right action is the one that creates the most happiness and the least pain for the most people. The principle of utilitarianism says we should always try to do what brings the greatest good for the greatest number. Deontological ethics is the idea that actions are right or wrong based on rules, duties, or moral principles, not on the results they produce. The principle of deontological ethics says we should always do what is morally right even if it doesn't lead to the best outcome.
Comparison of utilitarianism and deontological ethics. Utilitarianism and deontological ethics offer dissimilar approaches to moral decision making. The primary difference lies on their focus. Utilitarianism centers on consequences, evaluating the morality of an action based on its outcomes. Deontological ethics, however, emphasizes duties and rules, judging actions based on observation to moral obligations, regardless of their results. The goal of utilitarianism is to maximize overall happiness, aiming to create the greatest good for the greatest number of people. In contrast, deontological ethics seeks to uphold moral principles, acting in accordance with moral duties and principles, regardless of the consequences for overall happiness. The key question guiding each framework further illustrates their divergence. Utilitarianism asks, what will produce the best outcome? Guiding decision makers to consider the action that will lead to the most positive result. Deontological ethics, on the other hand, asks, what is my duty? Prompting individuals to identify their moral obligations. Utilitarianism is primarily concerned with efficiency and outcomes, striving to achieve the most beneficial results. Deontological ethics, however, is concerned with the rights and moral obligations, emphasizing the importance of upholding moral rights and fulfilling moral duties. The basis of morality is another point of contrast. In utilitarianism, the morality of an action is acquired from the consequences of actions. In deontological ethics, the morality of an action is based on the natural nature of actions. Lastly, the decision making process differs. Utilitarianism involves calculating potential outcomes and their impact on overall happiness, considering the potential consequences of different actions to determine which will maximize happiness. In deontological ethics, it involves identifying relevant duties and applying universal moral laws, following moral rules like do not lie or do not steal. Analyzing a situation using utilitarian and deontological frameworks. Situation 1. Lying to protect someone. A friend is hiding in your house from someone intending to harm them. The person chasing them comes to your door and asks if they are inside. In utilitarian framework, consequences matter. Lying in this case prevents harm, like possibly death, and it also promotes well-being. In conclusion, lying is morally acceptable because it maximizes overall well being. In deontological frameworks, duty and rules matter. Telling the truth is a moral duty, but deontologist says lying is inherently wrong, even to save a life. Situation 2. Cheating on an important exam. A student is under immense pressure to pass an important final exam that will determine whether they get a scholarship. They didn't have time to study due to family obligations. From a utilitarian standpoint, cheating is morally wrong because in expectation, it reduces overall welfare. From a deontological point of view, the student's cheating is morally impermissible because it violates duties of honesty and fairness, and it cannot consistently be universalized. The fact that it might bring some benefits doesn't override the duty. Strength and weaknesses of utilitarianism. Strengths: provide a straightforward method for decision making, aims to improve overall well being and happiness, and applicable to a wide range real world situation. Weaknesses: difficulty in measuring happiness, subjective and hard to quantify. Can justify actions that harm minorities if the majority benefits, and requires predicting all possible consequences. Strength and weaknesses of deontological ethics. Strength: protects individual rights and ensures fair treatment, provides clear rules and duties to follow, and offers a stable framework for ethical decision making. Weaknesses: strict adherence to rules can lead to undesirable outcomes. Duties may conflict, creating dilemmas, and can be difficult to apply in complex real world situations.
So now, let's discuss our analysis of how we reflect on our daily basis. Number 1. Acknowledge your standpoint. Your culture, upbringing, and experiences influence how you interpret happiness and suffering. For example, one person might see success as financial gain, other as a family harmony. Number 2, identify your biases. Utilitarianism as the greatest good for the greatest number, but your personal lens might be used to prioritize some groups or outcomes. Number 3, balance personal versus collective good. Reflect on whether your decision favors your personal values over what benefits the majority. This helps you check if your lenses is ignoring the utilitarian principle. 4. Practical application. When applying utilitarian reasoning to real-life issues, example, choosing policies, resolving conflicts, or personal decisions, you can say, from my personality lens, I value fairness and family well-being. So when I apply utilitarianism, I weight those aspects heavily when considering overall happiness. Next is, deontology is all about duty, rules, and moral principles. Doing what is right because it is your obligation, not because of the outcome. Society shapes those rules and duty a lot. Number 1. Shared moral codes. Society set norms, example, honesty, respect, and justice, that people treat as duty, and deontology. These norms become rules you are morally bound to follow. 2. Law and justice system. Many societal laws reflect deontological thinking. Don't steal, don't lie under oath, and treat others equally. Even if breaking them could lead to good consequences, society holds that obeying the rule itself is the duty. 3. Cultural duties. Different societies may emphasize different duties. For example, in collectives, societies, duty to family community is central. Individualism, societies, duty to personal rights, freedom is emphasized. Number 4. Social expectations. Society pressures individual to act from duty rather than convenient. For instance, telling the truth even when it's uncomfortable reflects a societal expectation, truth, and deontology.
That's all. Thank you.